Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to this session. So we are all here to talk about this Windows PowerShell. So this meeting is a kind of a demo plus a first class to get to know each other. So I have just muted everyone. You will not be able to unmute yourself. So in case if you have any questions, please do reserve it. We will be going through a Q&A session later, and during that time you'll be able to post your questions. That's not a problem. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Sheikh Dawood. I am a Microsoft certified trainer. I have more than 14 years of experience in the industry. I have worked as an Exchange Office 365 administrator. I worked on migration. So on all these technologies, I have worked on the PowerShell as well. So what is the idea altogether is like PowerShell is a scripting language. So this scripting language is on all the applications from Microsoft. So when you learn when you learn this language, when you learn this PowerShell language, you will be able to write scripts, you will be able to read scripts in a much better way. So I'm sure that you will be having, you would have ran so many scripts in your environment, which you might have ran knowingly, unknowingly. But when you take this course, during this course itself, you'll be able to read the scripts very clearly. You'll be able to understand what is the meaning of a dot, what is the meaning of a hyphen, what is the meaning of a single quotes, where to use a single quotes, where to use a double quotes. So you will be able to get a better idea on the scripts which you are already using it. And in case if you download a script also, you might be you might be tweaking it here and there, but after this training you will be able to get a very clear understanding about what is the script doing, how this developer has developed, and what are the components they have used to design this script, and how these components are all working, and at which place the script is like jumping from one place to the other place, how this looping is working, and what are all the components of this looping. So like this, you will be able to get a much better clarity on the scripts, so that like you'll be able to get an idea, and without knowing that script, without knowing the in-depth knowledge of the script, you will not run it. You will slowly change in that way. Okay, that is the learning that we are trying to do over here. Okay, so that is the way we will be doing as in when we started. Okay, so just to give you a heads up on the design structure of the class is that as in when I take the class, I'll be creating the notes which I will be sharing it to you at the end of every class. Plus the way how this session is getting recorded now, every session every session will be excuse me, like this session, every session will be recorded and you will be provided with the recorded videos. In case if you miss any classes, you will be able to go through that. And as in when you enroll for the class, after the session is getting, I mean like after the class is getting started, so once you enroll it, we all will be part of a WhatsApp group, and in case if there is any questions, if there is any doubt, you will be able to interact with me and get things clear, and I'll be helping you to get things clarified. So this is the design structure of it, and I'll also keep you posted on the timeline. The timeline is like it is going to take around 30 to 35 hours of training, which will be on the weekdays. We are planning to have it on the weekdays starting at 7 a.m. to 8:30 or 9 a.m. on a day, on a weekdays only, not on weekends. Okay, so it's going to be a weekday batch, morning 7:30 a.m. IST to 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. Depend, say like 8:30 or 9 a.m. max. That is the way we will be doing it. All right. So as I told you that this class, we don't want to just keep it as a demo class. We would like to have a first day. So we'll be having a first day class also. That so in that case, I'm gonna get started with the class. Just 1 minute. In case if you have any questions, please do post it on the chat. To probably just take few questions, and then we can get started. questions, so please post it on the chat. Yes, this will be a separate course, Umar, not related to Office 365. This is completely a different course. Once you enroll, Uzair, you will be part of a WhatsApp group, not now. So what is that? Okay, valid question, Dayal. So question is like, do we need any programming language knowledge? So answer is no. So you don't need any prerequisite. You don't need any prerequisite programming knowledge for this one. It is like we are going to start from the basics. Okay, so that like you don't have to know any of the language. Without that also you'll be able to learn everything from here, because like we are all administrators, and Microsoft, they themselves know that we don't have a developer background. So that's why they have made this technology extremely simple and extremely convenient, so that the administrators can learn. Okay, that is the idea over here. So answer is no. So to everyone who's asking about the course fee, don't worry, I'll be giving you a phone number, so you will be able to, you can contact with the account manager. His name is Amit. So you will be able to get the information from him. Okay, yeah. So fees, yes, Amit will let you know. I'll share his number, not a problem. So question from Umar is that, are we gonna talk about Office 365 stuff? Actually, answer is no. What is that we are gonna talk about is like, we are going to talk about the PowerShell in general, which you will be able to take it and implement it at any place. You take any language, you take any application, you take Active Directory, Exchange Server, Office 365, SQL Server, Teams, SharePoint, you take anything, you will be able to apply that on that particular technology. So we are going to learn the language. We're not going to talk about the domain. We are going to learn the language with which you will be able to apply the language on any of the technology. Okay, so yeah, Srinivaslu, difference between PowerShell and PowerShell automation, both are same. So the PowerShell automation is like how you can make large tasks into a simple one, is called as an automation. Both are same only. There's nothing different about that. Okay, so how to get enrolled, Uzair? I will tell you Amit's number, so that you will be able to, you'll be able to enroll as and when we start the class. So Teja, yes, this course is almost the same like the course called as AZ040. AZ040 is the course code. I'll tell you one more thing, that course code AZ040 does not have a certification. Okay, Microsoft does not have a dedicated certification for the PowerShell. So it is just a Microsoft official course, not a Microsoft official certification. Okay, so but here, so you will be getting a course completion certificate from the JOYATRES. You will be able to get that one, not from Microsoft. Yeah. So the duration of the course is like, it will take around say like 35 to 40 hours of time. It will take it. So Rajesh, what do you mean by, do you know knowledge of protocols, internet? No, I don't know about that. Okay. So Orly, yes, we will share the video as in when we complete the class. You'll be getting the video, and I'll be sharing it via the Google Drive. So once I share it via the Google Drive, you'll be able to access it, and I'll keep you posted. I just want to keep you updated that you cannot download the video. You will only be able to view it, and it's a lifetime access. So that is the way how we share the video. Okay, so the course length, as I told you, like Mandungu, it is going to be around 35 to 40 hours. Okay, so yeah, so Dayal, answer is yes, because VMware also has, VMware also has the PowerShell module. So once you learn this, you will be able to implement that same ideology using the VMware module as well. It is totally possible. So answer is yes. So Orly, no, we won't be pinging you with your email ID. Please get in touch with Amit. The number I will share. I don't know about this PowerShell app deployment toolkit. I have no idea about that. Okay, course content, Satish, I will share that to you. So Amit will share that with everyone. So, so Mandungo answer is yes. So the question is like, is there a demand on PowerShell currently? I would say yes. Okay, because now this DevOps culture is going on. So this DevOps culture is a bridge between the developer and the operations person. So if you're a operations guy, that doesn't mean like you don't know how to develop scripts. So if you're a developer guy, you should not say that I don't know operations. So that bridging is now going on. So for that, it is becoming important for the it is becoming important for the administrator to know the scripting language. So it is very important. So I would say that yes, there is definitely a big demand. So Vakar, I think I answered about this. Why required PowerShell? So the answer is like, for example, let's say that you are taking an interview. Okay, you are taking an interview. There are two candidates. One candidate's know both the candidates are saying that I'm good at GUI, but one candidate is saying that I know automation also. You will definitely go for the person who is good at automation, right? So it is an added skill, but now it is becoming a mandatory skill. Okay, so plus industry is demanding everyone to learn PowerShell from the Microsoft line. And also Microsoft is also reducing many things from GUI and moving many things to PowerShell. So remember that as in when you, so if you want to survive in the industry as a Microsoft administrator, so PowerShell is mandatory. So at least for the next 5 to 10 years, if you want to survive, so add PowerShell to your portfolio. Mean, yes, after the training, like if you need any help, I will guide you. But remember that I will not guide everything from the scratch. I will ask 100 questions. Okay, remember that. So during the class also, like if you ask me questions, I will ask you like 10 questions and then I'll try to get answer from you. So that doesn't mean like you complete the training means like you give me a task and make me write the script. No, that is not the right one. But yes, I can be a guide for you. Okay. So yes, Srinivaslu, once we complete the class, I'll be providing you the recordings. Okay, so enrollment link, Jugal, wait for Amit's update. So he will be giving you all the details. Okay, so course timing is 40 hours, Satish. So this PowerShell, way Sombar. PowerShell is an open source. Okay, yeah. So Sai, it is useful for not only for Intune, for every technology within Microsoft, it is useful. Even for a non-Microsoft technologies, also like VMware, AWS also has got PowerShell modules onto it. Okay, we will be talking about that. So, so Mandungu answer is you will be an administrator with a PowerShell knowledge, with a PowerShell automation skill onto it. That will be your profile. Okay, so Dayal Pathak, it is different from Bash. Bash is different and PowerShell is different. But I would say that I have, as in when I teach you, right, I will be giving you a comparative study between the Bash versus the PowerShell as well, because like there are so many roadblocks on the Bash. So those things are all sorted out in PowerShell. For example, take an instance saying like Bash is case sensitive. Here, it is not case sensitive. Just a hint I'm saying. So like that, yes, we will be doing a lot of comparative study with Bash, with Perl, with Python. We'll be doing a lot of comparative study. Okay. So timings, it's going to be a morning 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. class, Satish and Vakar. Okay. I hope I answered all the questions. Somber, yes. Way Somber, yes. That is what I would say. If I am taking an interview, if a person is having a Windows administration skill plus a PowerShell skill, I'll definitely hire him. Rather than a person who does not have a PowerShell skill, I would hire a person who has a PowerShell skill. No, Rushi, dates are not yet declared, so Amit will let you all know when are we starting the lab. So Dayal Pathak, don't worry about the lab. I'm going to guide you. So my class is all about practicals. Okay, I'm not a guy who's going to simply do and ask you to copy. No, not that way. Okay, I'm going to make you to write. That is all about. Okay. Okay, GP, I know when to start. Kindly hold on. Okay, so yeah, so yes, it is going to be a Indian time zone class. So we don't have a weekend class. So it's going to be Indian time, morning 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. So, Vaisombar, is there a way to study PowerShell faster? Yes, you have. If you want to study faster, yes, you have to follow the class clearly. Then you'll be able to study faster. Right, fine. So, what is it we are going to do is that let's get started with the topic. And Shakti, I have no idea about the testing domain. You have to find out like how the scope is. I don't know if there is an option, but yes, what is it? I know is like when it comes like automation testing, lots and lots of scripting languages are used. So I have no idea about if PowerShell is used over there. So you please check if there is a scope on that. Right. So again, I'm saying that today's agenda is that we are going to have not a full-fledged first day class, but yes, we are going to have a kind of a first day class to understand my interaction, to understand the way I deliver, so the way I take it. So it's purely for the purpose of understanding. So let's get started. So before we start the technology, it is very important to know that who's the mastermind behind this. So the mastermind behind this is Mr. Jeffrey Snover. So Jeffrey Snover is called as the founder of Windows PowerShell. So he holds a designation, say like Microsoft Technical Fellow, but I don't know. But like on LinkedIn, I saw that he's moving out of Microsoft, and I'm not so sure if he's still with Microsoft. So he is or was working with Microsoft as a PowerShell chief architect, and he is or was a chief architect for the Azure infrastructure and the management group. So he joined in 1999 as a divisional architect, and he has more than 30 years of experience in the industry. Okay, Gaurav, price for the course, Amit will inform you. Okay, so coming back to PowerShell, so first thing is, so PowerShell is a native task automation scripting language. So why do we call it as a native? Why do we call it as a native? Because like the PowerShell is available readily on your operating system. So when you install a fresh new operating system, immediately it is available. You don't have to install anything extra. For example, if you want to work on Python on a Windows machine, you will have to install Python. If you want to work on .NET, you have to install .NET. So, but what is the idea of PowerShell is that it is readily available as in when you have your operating system installed. So that's why it's a native. So it's a task automation. Why are we here? We are all here because we want to perform some or the other task automation in your environment. For example, you're managing like 1,000 machines in your environment, 1,000 servers in your environment. You don't want to do the repetitive job over and over, day in, day out. So you want to do some kind of automation. So you want to run a script. You might be having a script, but you don't know like what is this script is doing. So we want to perform a task automation. That's why we are all here. So scripting language. So what is scripting? Scripting is nothing but a collection of the commandlets. Okay, so one or more commandlet, you write it one after another, it is going to become a script. Okay, so that we will be designing, and it's a language. What is a language? Language is a medium of communication. So we are going to talk to that blue color screen, and we are going to provide some commandlets, and we are going to get some answers from the machine. Okay, that is what we are going. So that's why it is called as a native task automation scripting language, and it's a CLI. Okay, it's a command line interface. We all know that it's a CLI, and you have to write a commandlet. That's when the system will understand. That's when the system will reply to you. Okay, so it is purely a CLI. You don't have a GUI, so that like you can just try different menus and get answers. No, that is not possible. You will have to write a command. You will have to write the correct command. You have to communicate in the right way so that the system can understand what is that you are trying to talk here. Okay. Next point is like PowerShell was tightly coupled earlier. Earlier, PowerShell was tightly coupled with operating system. What is this point is that, say before 2016, if you want to use PowerShell, what is important is like you should be having a client operating system, or you should be having a server operating system, because within which the PowerShell will be working. But what happened after 2016 is that Microsoft declared PowerShell as an open source. Microsoft declared PowerShell as an open source. So now there is no operating system dependency. You have a Linux operating system. You want to run PowerShell? Yeah, go ahead, run it. You have a Mac machine. You want to run PowerShell? Yeah, go ahead. Because it has been designed, it is now made as an individual package, so that like it is now operating system independent. Okay, so that is the point over here. Okay, and it is all built on the .NET framework. So it says like it's all built on the .NET framework. So what is the logic is that though it is all built on .NET framework, there is no requirement that you should be knowing .NET technology. No, not like that. Okay, it is totally fine. So because Microsoft knows that being administrators, we are not well versed with .NET. So Microsoft has made it extremely simple over here. Okay, and it is a cross-platform scripting language. So what is a cross-platform scripting language? Is that the commands that are available on a different platform, say like Linux. In Linux, what is the meaning of a command called as pwd? Ping me the answer. What is a command pwd does? What is the job of a command called as pwd? Yeah. Pwd stands for present working directory. Yeah. So that command will work here, which means like the commands like ls, the commands like hostname, pwd. So those commands will also work over here. So that is why it is called as a cross-platform scripting language. So from one platform, it can understand the concepts. That is the idea over here. And from the version 6.0, it is built on the .NET Core. When it is built on the .NET Core, that is when it was made as a open source. Okay, so this is just an introduction. This is just an introduction to PowerShell. And also I'll also tell you that I'm not a slide guy, so this is the one and only slide I have it. Okay, after that it is all going to be completely a practical way of doing it. Okay, so if you are in front of your computer, I want you to launch PowerShell. Launch this PowerShell screen. So search for PowerShell on over here, and then you'll be able to launch this one. Okay, launch PowerShell and keep it ready. Okay, Shakti, yeah, any questions? Post it on the chat. Oh, Shivam Sharma, no, because your terminal, your iOS terminal does not know the PowerShell commandlets, because the PowerShell commandlets are different. Okay, PowerShell commandlets are different. The terminal commandlets are different. It is completely different one. But if you want to use PowerShell onto a iOS machine, you can download and install the PowerShell package over there on your iOS machine. It will work. Okay, cool. So now got this window ready. Now the question is like, how do we get started? Okay, so now the question is like, as I told you, it's a language. Okay, it's a language is nothing but a medium of communication. You should communicate to this blue color screen and you should get the answers from it. That's when the communication is going to be a successful one. So now how we are going to start our communication is like we are going to take a real life. Okay, we are going to take a real life one. So orally CLI is command line interface, and PowerShell CLI is like DOS is a CLI, Bash is a CLI, Linux is a CLI. PowerShell is also a CLI is different, PowerShell is different. Don't compare with that. Don't get confused. Okay. CLI means like this. You have to type a command onto this interface is called as a CLI. Okay, PowerShell is a technology that uses CLI. Don't get confused. Yeah. So as I told you, we are going to take a real life example. For example, let's take a real life example saying that you are walking into a restaurant. So in that restaurant, excuse me. So in the restaurant, you are finding a seat, and then what do? We call the server and we ask for a menu card. Call the server and we ask for a menu card. That's where our communication starts, right? And what that server does, he gives us the menu card. So what is the meaning of, so team, stop the questions, please. Don't concentrate on the questions. We can have the Q&A later. Stop the questions, please. Okay. So I was saying that a real life example saying that when we walk into a restaurant, what is the first thing that we do is like we ask for the menu card. Why do we ask for the menu card? Because we want to know the capability of that restaurant. Like, what do they serve? How do they serve? What is their cuisine? And what is their specialty? Right? So that menu card explains us everything about the capability of that particular restaurant. That's the same thing we are going to do it over here. So now that we are over here on this PowerShell for the very first time, we are going to initiate a conversation with this PowerShell by asking that, hey, give me your menu card. By asking that, what are all the things that you do? Can you give me that list? That is how we are going to start the conversation over here. So how to start the conversation is that by typing something called as get hyphen command. Okay, so we are going to type in something called as get hyphen command. So in case if you are right in front of the computer and if you have launched PowerShell, go ahead, type in this and tell me what is the result that you see. Okay, good. It is showing you a lot of commands, right? So, okay, one more thing I'd like to tell you, saying that every day, I mean, like whenever we take a class, I will be writing notes like this, so that like at the end of each class, I will be sharing you the video recording and this notes to you. Okay, so that is how our classes will go. So now when we typed in get hyphen command and then we hit enter, it is giving you the complete list of the commandlets, the functions, everything is getting listed. Isn't that the same thing that we find it on the menu card? On the menu card, you get the complete list of all the dishes that a restaurant serve. And that's the same thing over here. Here also, we are seeing the complete list over here. So if you look at this, what is the idea is like, first thing first, your PowerShell is a case insensitive language. Okay, it's a case insensitive language, saying that you can type it in any way. You can type it in any way, it knows and it will do the job. So it is, first of all, it is a case insensitive language. So why I am saying this, because like bash is a case sensitive language. So if you type in a command in uppercase, lowercase, it will not accept. In fact, like, it does not accept anything in uppercase. It requires everything to be in a lowercase. That is how bash is all about. So that problem on the bash is solved over here. Okay. Second thing is, like, when you look at this structure, this is in a structure saying a structure of a verb and a noun. Structure of a verb hyphen noun. You just take any commandlet, any PowerShell commandlet in the world, you take it, and you take it from any technology. You take it from Active Directory, get hyphen AD user, new hyphen AD user. You take it from SharePoint, new hyphen SharePoint Online, SPO site. Everything will be following this structure, including the technologies that are from the non-Microsoft people. Say, like, you take a VMware, new hyphen VM. So like that, this is a design. Okay, the design is verb hyphen noun. Okay, now what is the idea is, like, now we got such a long list of commandlets over here. Okay, so now what is that we need to do is, like, let's say in a restaurant, same thing happens, right? When you want to have something very specific, for example, let's take like, you want to have ice cream. So what is that we do on that menu card? We keep searching where does the varieties of ice creams are available. So that's the same thing we are going to do over here. Now what is it we are going to search is, like, we are going to search for anything and everything that talks about the CSV, comma separated value. So what is it I'm going to do? Within the list of command, like the way how we search for the ice creams within the menu card, same way within the list of commands, and the way how do we search, for example, within your Explorer, within your Windows Explorer, if you want to search for all the PDF files, how do we search? If I ask you to search for all the PDF files within your Windows Explorer, within your C drive, how do we search? We will be typing something called as a, yeah, I understand, Ankit, it's star. It's star.pdf. That's what we will be searching, right? Yeah, very good. That's the same thing we are going to do it over here. I'm going to say that like this, CSV. So what is this going to do is that within this list, and what is the pattern? What is the pattern over here is that there are three type of patterns over here, saying the search patterns, starting with, containing, and ending with. When you say starting with, you will be going with the text followed by the star. When you are going with containing, you will be doing something called as star text star. Then in case if you want to go with the ending with, you will be writing a star and then followed by the text, right? What is that I'm doing over here is that I'm doing something called as a containing CSV. When I hit enter, result showing up is that it is showing all the bunch of commandlets or whatever it is, anything and everything that contains the word called as CSV. And when we say contain, it can be anywhere within the command. It can be at the beginning, it can be at the middle, it can be anywhere. That is what it is saying over here. Okay, that is the logic. So now what is it we can do is, like, see the CLS is a MS-DOS command that will be working over here. So that's why I'm telling this as a platform independent. It knows many, it knows commands from different platforms as well. Okay, so now what is it I'm going to do is that I'm going to search. So for example, let's say that whatever you know how to do it on the GUI. Okay, because this course is all about converting or say like a transformation from a GUI guy to a CLI guy. That is what you should be expecting. Say like what to expect from this course. You should be expecting the change that from the GUI you are going to transform to the CLI. So which means like we all know that services. Okay, we all know this Windows services, which we are very familiar with the GUI. So what is that we need to do is like we need to search for it, saying probably you might be knowing the command. I'm not denying that, but yes, but I'm talking about the procedural way of doing things, saying that star service star. We do this, we get a lot of result. Okay, so now what is that I'm going to do is that I'm going to further filter it because I want to view it. Okay, I only want to view it. So I don't need these commands called as revoke, restart, repair. I don't want these things. When I only want to view it, I'm going to filter it in a way that this. What is the pattern? What is the pattern of search over here is like, get me the complete list of commands which start with the word get, and it can contain a word called as service. It can contain a word called as service anywhere. That is the logic. When we run it, see, we get a command like this. Probably on your machine, it will be a smaller list because I installed so many Azure Active Directory things. That's why it is showing a lot of things over here. But on your system, it should be lesser one. All right. So now what is that we are going to do is like now that we know the command, now that we have found the command, now that we have shortlisted the command, next step, execute it. So I'm going to say get hyphen service. I'm going to say get hyphen service, and then I hit enter. The screen is shared. I'm not so sure like why it's not visible. So if those are able to see my screen. Tarun, if possible, please. Anyways, you can look into the recording, Tarun, because by the time you leave and join, it will be late. So, okay, fine, your choice. Okay, so now what is it we just did? We pulled out the service list from the. We just pulled out the service list from the CLI. Okay, on the command line interface, we just pulled it out. Okay, that is what we did it over here. Okay, now another question saying that the way we open the task manager and the way we look into the list of processes, okay, the way we look into the list of processes, the same thing we are going to do it. We are going to yes. So Albert, I'll be sharing only the recording, not the presentation slide. I'll be sharing only the recording, not me. Amit will be sharing you the recording, but no slides will be shared. Okay, fine. So now what the logic is like, we want to search for any command that talk about process. Okay, we want to talk about anything that is talking about any command that talks about process. And also just that we want to view it, I'm going to say that start with this. Search and tell me which one looks relevant. Team, run this command and tell me which one is looking relevant. Structure Amit will talk to you about. I mean, like Amit will be publishing about the free structure. Okay, so when you try this command, which command looks relevant? When you run this command, which one looks relevant? Okay, yeah, that's right. So yeah, the command called as get-process looks to be relevant. When we run it, yes, we are going to get all the results over here. Okay, so now one more question to you. Tell me a shortcut to open the add or remove programs. Tell me the shortcut to open, add or remove programs. Okay, yeah, good. It is appwiz.cpl, application wizard.cpl. Okay, and that gives us the complete list of programs that are available over here. Okay, now the question to you is that I want to see the same list onto PowerShell. So you tell me that what is the keyword that we should search? Think of a keyword and tell me what is the keyword that we should search over here. Okay, because get-service is very easy. You might have experienced that command earlier. Get-process is also very easy. Think about a keyword. Shall we try software? Can you try the command called as software and tell me, do you see a result or not? Do you see result for software? No. Okay. Do you see result for app or application? Yes, but is that relevant? Okay, you might be seeing the result, but is that relevant or not is the question. Nothing is relevant. Okay. So any SSM administrators here, how do you call a software? How do you call an application? The other words, other terms we call a software. Okay, let's try program. Thing came. So the keyword is okay. Yeah, good. The hint is it starts with the letter P. It is package. Package. So there is a commandlet called as get-package. So when you try get-package, able to see the same list of all the bunch of softwares that are installed on your computer. As I told you, the transformation is happening. From the GUI, we are transforming to the CLI. That's what we are doing over here. Okay, so tell me, how do we see all the list of patches? How do you see the list of patches installed on this computer? GUI. I'm asking first. First, let's do it on GUI. Later we can shift it. From this window, so we have to simply click on this one called as a view installed updates. That is going to give us a complete list of patches installed on the machine. Now the same thing, we are going to do it. So a different keyword, or what is a keyword that we can search is, if you want to try patch. Okay. Yes, the keyword is hotfix. Okay, so there is a command called as get-hotfix. So that will do the job for us. Get-hotfix. Okay, this is the idea. So is the way how we are going to do it. Okay, so that's what I just, as I told you, like this is just a demo plus, you know, just for a demo, and also just to say that how my way of teaching and what is it you can expect from the training, and who can join the training, what is that benefit that you will be getting it out of the training, and how I teach, and what is my way of communication, all those things we just wanted to exhibit to you all right. So simple, saying that if you want to look into all the list of commands that we ran, saying get hyphen command star history. History. Probably you might be thinking that, hey, it's all like simple commands. So yes, I totally agree that these are simple commands, but we are learning the procedure over here. So tomorrow, in case if you get a chance to log in or like use a different module, say a module on Azure Active Directory, say a module on the MS Online, or it can be Exchange Online Management. So you should know how to search the list of command lists. So throughout this training, no one is expecting you to by heart everything. No, it's a procedural way of understanding things, that how it actually works. So if you know the procedural way of doing it, you will do it in a right way, so that like even if you don't even know the command also, just by communicating, asking more and more questions to the machine, you are going to find out the answers. So that is what we are trying to do over here. Okay. I'll just give Amit's number. So team, this is Amit's number. So this is Amit's number. So please ping him on WhatsApp, and he will update you about the recording of this particular session. And the plan is like, this is going to be a weekdays class. And it is starting date and time, starting date yet to be decided. Which Amit will keep you updated, posted. Okay. So the timings would be, once it starts, the timings would be like morning 7:30 a.m., 7 or 7:30 a.m. IST to say like 9 a.m. So Win, I don't have a clear-cut idea will this help DevOps, but I have trained few DevOps students, and they have told me that it is helping them a lot. So which I can say that yes, it is helpful for the DevOps people also. Okay, so way somber. PowerShell core is mainly designed with, sorry, not the PowerShell core, the Windows core. The Windows Server core is purely designed with PowerShell. If you know PowerShell, you can easily manage your Windows Server core machines. No, we don't have any session. We don't have any session starting after 8 o'clock. But yes, it will start. It will start at 7:30 a.m. Fee structure. Amit. Duration? Yes. 35 to 40 hours mostly. No, this is not an advanced course. This is like it will go definitely. So it is a beginner, intermediate plus say like a 30% of advanced. Okay. Yes, there is an Office 365 batch going on, which is almost going to get complete. So check with Amit about when the next class is going to start. So Amit is available over the call. Amit is available on WhatsApp. So ping him and he will update you like when this class is getting started. Most probably in the month of Jan is what we are planning to start it. So ping him and he will update you with all the details, all the necessary details that we needed. So this demo plus the course, what is it we did was like just to have a understanding on how this class is, how the interaction, all those things. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, we are good. So thank you very much for joining and thanks for taking time on this. I hope to see you soon in the batch. Take care. Bye.